Hello, viewers. Welcome back to another episode. If you guys are wondering, what are we doing? We're never prepared, or would it be our brand if we didn't have technical difficulties?
Yes, so we broke 2 mics last time recording, so now we are sharing one, going back and forth, which would really teach us to let each other finish our sentences.
Yep. So
it's a little less.
It's a good
blessing in disguise.
Yeah. Well, she can still cut me off. She can now grab the mic. But it's okay. It's gonna be so. We did it. We wanted the show to go on. We could have easily rescheduled again. We did it. But yeah, so we have our friend Buzz. If you guys can't tell, Janelle and I are gonna have. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, yes, we had her on it's supposed to be 2 weeks ago, but more technical difficulties. So we have her back again. And yes, me and Buzz met in middle school, going into high school, playing on a select basketball team. That was, we talked about me and Carissa a while back, had an episode on it, was after Buzz had a viral tweet on Twitter that went everywhere about talking about AU basketball, and that's how we actually became friends and went to high school together and the whole shebang. So she's here today as our guest to talk about the young dating life and dating scene again.
Yeah, so this is gonna be interesting. Just keep going like part 2.
Well, introduce yourself, Buzz. Tell us about yourself.
Okay.
Hi.
I mean, I want to say how I know Buzz. I was kidding.
Girl, please.
I know Buzz because she's a family. I'm just kidding. I just didn't have a chance to talk.
Well,
Okay.
last week.
What about my first? Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself, Buzz. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Buzz. Yeah, that's it. I was just like, yeah, basically what they said, we're just really long time friends. Our families are like close and stuff, you know. Yeah, so follow me on Instagram. Champagne Buzz.
Follow her on the gram. She be
Not the early plug.
But yeah, like Janelle said, we brought her on today because, as y'all know from following us, we're both in long-term relationships, and we want to know what's going on in a single life. What is that? Not the word?
It just sounded fun. It just sounded funny.
This is gonna be so fun. Let's just get close.
No.
Janelle doesn't like when I'm a hugger.
That's just like a little too close.
It's like
Conjoined over
Conjoined.
there.
Yeah, so finish your sentence.
Oh my God.
And then I will go.
Okay, that's a good thing. So, like we said, we decided for today's episode, we're gonna go ahead and talk about dating in nowadays. How it's changed, because it definitely has changed. Literally every year, I think it changes differently. Like every year, there's a different type of trend, or different type of app, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Yes, I do know what I mean. So, Buzz, what would you say is something a little harder why it's a little bit harder nowadays to date than I guess it was a couple of years ago?
Thanks. That's a good question.
I think social media in general just made dating super, super hard because, first of all, they set these crazy expectations now. Where, like, men think women are supposed to do this, and then women think men are supposed to do this because they've seen that on social media.
Yeah.
And then hookup culture is, like, really popular right now. So
Yeah.
for people who are not into hookup culture, they kind of are, like, looked down upon now. They're like, oh, you think you're too good, or whatever the case may be. Like,
Really?
Perhaps maybe I just don't want to, like...
I just don't want to have sex with you, man.
Yeah, like, it's not that deep. But, yeah. And plus, people are super dense, too. Like,
Yeah, I feel like it's harder
there's
to...
nothing, like, literally nothing, like...
I think it's interesting because it's like, people hide behind like a screen, but yet they don't want to like talk about, like, there's really hard to make conversation. You know what I mean? It's like,
plus you never really know who you're meeting. Like, if you do choose to date somebody like you met off of social media, they could be perceived, like, they're perceiving as totally different, and then you meet them and they're like, all right, you're
like,
not even the same person that
it's like, wait, where's
that
crazy
you're making
man?
yourself seem on, like, on your social media accounts and stuff like that. So that's just a lot.
And I feel like and I feel like social media, it does in a way have a lot of negatives, but I do feel like there's a little bit of positive because people aren't brave enough, I would say, to go out organically and like meet somebody in a coffee shop and come be like, hey, like, I think you're really pretty, can I go on a date? So it's easier to kind of look on Instagram, see she's in your city or lives where you are, slide and be like, hey, like, I think you're really beautiful, do you want to go on a date? So it's like you kind of have that breaking wall where if she lives on Reddit, it's not as embarrassing as like getting rejected in
now
person.
you can unsend messages, so let's start about that.
Oh, yeah. If someone gets left on red, just getting unsend it. Like it's so embarrassing. I think it looks worse than just being left on red.
Exactly. Like
you look stupid. Like trying to pretend like we didn't.
Like
see
what if
you.
I was gonna respond? Just put a little bit. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
So dramatic, but
yeah. So I want to know like how. Oh, pass the mic, pass the plate. Hold on, Dad's trip completed.
You forgot what you
No, I'm trying to say how I know what I'm trying to say, but if I say it sounds weird. I'm trying to think. Okay, so how? Never mind. The thought's gone. Because I was gonna say, how many dates do you wait? But then it's not. That's not what I was trying to say. Yeah, exactly. That's the response I was expecting.
What?
Never
How many
mind.
dates for what?
Okay, let's go.
I have a question. Let's go. So for the dating scene, especially because social media is a giant part of dating today, it's never going to go away. So I would say, how long do you think you should wait to go off social media to actually meet it in person?
Okay.
You know, because when you back in the day or whatever, I guess you would just call somebody or you would meet somebody like. If you didn't have cell phones and you would say, hey, like, I would like to take you to a date next Tuesday here. And it was like, bam, the first time. You don't even have that previous, like, texting for months or whatever.
Yeah, getting to know each other.
Yeah. So how long do you think it should stay on the gram before you move to the phone? And then after the phone to actually, like, go on a date in person?
That's a good question. I feel like it's so hard, though, because I am a social person, but I can also be, like, very introverted, too. Like, I'm both. And I like thinking about it. It really depends on how comfortable the guy makes me feel, if that makes sense. Because I've had like weirdos that I like talk to, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I can actually meet them in person. Like, they make me feel uncomfortable. Like it's always like something sexual, and that's how it makes me not want to meet them in person more, if that makes sense. But then I've had guys that aren't, and then you meet them in person, and then they're like, it's the same thing. Like, I don't know. I think it just depends. If they make me feel comfortable, then I would want to meet you more. I would want to meet you in person more. But I'm not gonna be like drilling it like, oh, when are we gonna go out, you know?
I would like to know in like the dating scene, how many dates do you think you should go on before calling it off? Because like you can be like that first, you know, spark maybe like, oh, I wasn't there but I want to cut it off. But what if that's like the best guy, you know what I mean?
Or I would say because some people are worse online and texting and like aren't good like socializing that way, but in person they can hold the conversation, they can have it.
I've had that
so you know, you kind of go back and forth. I feel personally either step up your texting game because you don't just be talking to people, but I think when it comes to that, if you want to constantly text that person or you're looking forward for that text or hope they text you within today or tomorrow, then I think you should move it in person because you're excited to talk to them. But if it's kind of like, I'm just bored, I'm in the time, I feel like just a week or so, cut it off, be done. But if you're like still like, oh, he hasn't texted me today, like I kind of would like to talk to him, then I think it's like, okay, let's go on a date because you know,
make your move, girl. If he hasn't texted you, text him. You know, you don't make your move. Be like, hey, what's going on? You know, shoot your shot. Don't wait for no man.
Shoot.
Yeah, shoot that.
and sometimes they miss.
Very much so.
I was a great free throw shooter. Just kidding.
Okay, but back to Kara's question. How many dates would you give somebody before you completely cut it off, I would say?
Yeah, you say your answer, then we'll say ours.
Like, cut it off as, like, not talking to them anymore?
Yeah, like, you know what,
like,
this guy
it's
was
not going to work out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I feel like the first date can have the first date jitters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's the worst. I'm so awkward on first dates. Like, I'm trying to get better as I'm going, but before I'm, like, nervous. Look at my phone all the time. Like, I don't know. I would say, like, maybe, like, 4 or 5. I don't know.
That's a good thing.
Because I feel like you said, like the first, for me, I think maybe like the first 2, I'm like, I'm still kind of like, not jittery, I guess. Just like still getting to know them, you know. Yeah. I have to get comfortable with you. So I know they're probably looking at me like, this bitch is weird too. You know, like, sorry.
I think it depends on why the reason is like the date's kind of weird. If it gives you just bad gut vibes, no more after that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If it gives you like, we really had nothing in common to where I want to continue to maybe try to find something in common, done. But if it's kind of like an awkward, but you like held a conversation for like maybe like 20 minutes straight and then you were like eating some, talked again, whatever, that could be kind of like, oh, why is there quiet time between us? But it's enough to where it's like, you know what, okay, maybe we're just nervous. Now that we kind of know each other, we can move to another date. So I'd say about like 2 to 3, and then by the third, if you depends on how far apart they are. If they're like every once a week, it's kind of like okay, but if it's like once and then 4 months later, it's like nah, that's too much time in between.
It's also about the effort on their end too. Like, if you're always the one be like, okay,
Yeah.
like, when are we gonna go on another day? When are we going? I've never been that type of person to even do that, because I feel like that speaks for itself. If they ask me on a date and then like that's it, the only date we go on, like they never ask me again, I take that as like,
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, I think you do feel the vibe on the date itself.
Yeah.
And sometimes if it's good, right then and there when you guys are leaving, like, we should do this again. When are you free next? Oh, maybe next Saturday. Done. And then if you really want, you guys kind of talked about it. And then either or can text, hey, are we still on for Saturday? Simple. No, don't text the whole week. Like, still good Saturday, we still good Saturday. Like, I would wait like Thursday night and be like, hey, are we still good for this Saturday? Like, we talk, whatever.
that's another thing,
you know.
that men are terrible at communicating, because they expect you to remember something from like last weekend, and then you get to the next weekend, they're like, the day you're supposed to do it, they're like, oh, we're still on for 2 hours like from now, like, bruh.
So where you at? Thought you were coming.
Like, we didn't even like establish anything. Like, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, it's always interesting because I'm trying to think, like, have I been on like real first dates? Like, because when I was growing up, just kidding, like the talking phase. Because adults really, do they have talking phase in adult dating?
I always wondered that. I was really thinking that about my parents.
I don't think so, because I feel talking, quote unquote, was like high school, because you couldn't go on a date on a Tuesday night and actually be in person. So like talking was kind of like feeling each other out, seeing each other at school, sometimes on the weekends. But as an adult, you're dating. You're not talking. You're dating to somebody, not talking to somebody.
I'm gonna add to that. No, because when you were saying like the 5 dates, because like I know some people are like, oh, we've been on like 5 dates. Like, we're together now.
No,
you know what I mean?
No.
You know what I mean? But like, you're like,
yeah, it's about communication. Are we exclusive or not?
Yeah. Because what do y'all feel about like sleeping on the first date? Are you that kind of girl? Are you sleeping on the first date?
No. Okay. I'm not. It's not. I mean, I'm not.
We don't judge you.
I was gonna say, like, I'm not. I've had close friends that have, and know people that have, and I'm not gonna sit here and judge you. It's just, if that's what you do, it's what you do. I personally wouldn't, because what if I do that and then they never talk to me again?
Yeah, because I was gonna say like maybe. Okay.
No, sorry.
It's like, would you like the mic?
Or what if it's a terrible experience?
That's what I was gonna
like. That's like my ultimate fear.
See, that's what I was gonna say, because I know some people may not do like the first date, maybe like the second. I do think you should. I mean, unless it's religion, do what you want to do. Do it before, because like, again, what if like everything's great and then that one area sucks?
But that's the other side of it. But
that area, depending on that person, is adaptable. You can speak to somebody, but you can't change someone's personality. But it's easy to change somebody in bed by saying, I don't like this, do this instead, do this, and then sometimes you just don't connect.
That's another thing too. Like, with me personally, I have to be like, my thing is I have to be comfortable. If you don't make me feel comfortable, first of all, I'm not even gonna have sex with you to make me feel comfortable. But it's like, during sex, if I don't even feel comfortable enough to tell you like, okay, I am liking it, so that just tells me enough then there. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel that.
I feel like a dude should make you feel. First of all, they should know if they're pleasing you or not.
Yeah.
But
it's about communication, because sometimes they don't know that they're doing something wrong, because no girl's ever told them before, or said like, oh, I just think this is normal. Yeah. So I feel like if you sleep with somebody on the first day, obviously use protection, because people be lying out here.
Oh, for sure.
But some people don't. And as well, like I said, if you don't have an emotional connection to sex, some people do, some people don't. I wouldn't on the first date if you do, because that could have been his ultimate goal, and then you just did it, and then it's bye. Exactly. And if you actually liked him on the date, and that happens, now you're kind of like a little like, what did I do wrong? Am I pretty enough? But that's all he wanted.
It's so the funny part about it. It's like the opposite end of the spectrum too, is like, what if you date for so long and then you waste all your time and then you end up having sex with that person and then it's terrible. So now you're like,
even if you've done it like a few times, maybe I
really like them. You don't want to coach all you the wait time. So long and then you finally have sex with them and it ends up being terrible. So now the whole experience is kind of like
I feel like you have to maybe do it a couple
times.
Sides
of it.
To kind of get to know each other's vibes, because sometimes you just connect, sometimes you have to work at it a little bit. But I think after a while working at it, if you guys just don't have the connection, some people it means a lot to them, the relationship. Some are like, if the sex is decent but we have great communication, we're loyal, we respect, we have fun, everything else, and that's like kind of lower. Some people put other things above it. Some people put that very high. So they can have a horrible communication, they argue all the time, but they have good sex, that's more important to them. It just depends on like what it is. But very I think I don't think it should be number 4, number 1, number 2. I think it definitely should be after at least a couple more. Respect. I think loyalty.
That's a top 5.
I think loyalty, respect.
Oh, for sure. No, those are above. Those are above sex.
Fun, funny, smart. Like there's a bunch above 5.
But there is definitely top 5.
But like, I feel like funny, smart's like a one thing.
Yeah, that's on the personality. That's all in the personality category. Hold on now.
Get technical.
No, we're not. It's like personality too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it definitely. I mean, for me personally, some people are. What are they called? People that don't do it. Asexual? Is that the people that don't like just?
Yeah, asexual is when you're not like sexually attracted to anything.
Okay, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Wrong word,
It's the
wrong
one
word.
that's like, or they don't
really care much for
about-
sex in
There's a
general.
word for it. I
Yeah,
don't want to
I don't know
butcher
the
it.
word. Yeah.
Because then that goes for them. But like for me,
Well,
for me personally,
I'm definitely not one of those.
No, for me.
Not for me.
No, for me, it's definitely in a top five, maybe top 5.
No, it's definitely top
just
five.
because.
Yeah, it's definitely
might be
depends. I think it just depends on the connection of it, because sometimes if you don't connect that way, there might be something wrong in a different department. That it's like, why aren't we connecting sexually? Is it because something's wrong emotionally? Because you kind of have to like figure it out.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you aren't boyfriend girlfriend and you're casually dating someone and you want them to make it exclusive, I feel like then maybe you should have sex with them before you know, date them casually for 6 months, wasting your time.
Yeah,
you know, so if you feel like after number,
spectrum.
you know, second, fourth day or whatever your date number is, and you're like, you know, actually, I think I want to maybe exclusively date this person, then I feel like you should have sex with them to see if it's there or see if it's workable, or like if it's just awful.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, I only wasted 2 months of my life.
Yeah.
You know, not like 7-8 months and then are married.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No judgment, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I think it just depends on like what is important to you and what's not. But on the first date, it can be a little scary. Especially people got diseases on the first, or if you don't have that conversation, is this going to do something else? Because if you just want to hook up, we could just hook up.
Yeah.
But you don't be like, oh, he likes me, like he's so fun, it's so fun to have sex, and then he ghosts you, and you're like, well, I thought we had a good connection.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, girls do it to guys too. It's not just, you know, guys doing, girls definitely just go out and get some because it's easier for us, you know. But if you don't have an emotional connection to sex,
And I feel like that's how I am.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm very, I guess you could say, choosy or selective, whatever you want to call it. Because first of all, like you said, people be lying, so you got to be careful in general. But I feel like I'm an emotional person as far as like with sex. So like I have to actually like maybe not love you, but it's getting, I have to care about you.
Care about you.
So my sexual experiences have been with guys that I care about.
Yeah.
Like like I love them, care about them, like known them for a long time, and feel comfortable and stuff like that. Now the older I'm getting though, like I used to be like that person, be like, no, I have to be in a relationship to have sex with you. But like now the older I'm getting and like the more I'm like dating and stuff, I'm kind of like getting more comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it does make sense, because what if I do waste my time with this guy for 6 months? Yeah, I can hear you.
about more casual sex.
Casual sex. Now I'm more open to the like the thought or whatever of casual sex. I just, like I said, I haven't done it yet, but like the more I'm dating now, because like nobody knows the. Let me get a little what is it called?
In depth?
No. Why don't you give him a little recap?
Reminisce?
Oh, I was in a situationship on and off / relationship for like 5 years. So now I'm back into the dating scene. So that's why. But anyways, to give y'all more context. There, that's the word I was looking for. Context. Yeah. So, but now that that's over and done with, thank God. I'm more open to the more casual thing.
Yeah, I wanted to, like, I was like coming out of like a 6-year relationship. I was ready to like do the thing, had a couple flings, and I was like, I'm ready to enter that hoe era. Yeah. And then my one sorry,
The whole face.
Cringy. Okay, go.
The whole it was I did I forgot I don't know a dad.
Why did you do that?
He was doing the dad, but I guess someone knows.
Continue.
Anyway, you know what I mean? And then I was like, because I've never done like one night stands. Like I was like, I always wanted to do a one night stand. The one time I'm gonna do it. Now I'm in a 5-year relationship. So it's like every time I move, I'm like, does it go out? You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, you know, I think there's a bad stigma about like casual sex and you shouldn't have to do it. But I think I think it's okay as long as you're protecting yourself. Yeah. As long as you know your worth and you know this can possibly not go somewhere. Do it, girl. Do use this tip. Have casual.
I'd say just always use protection.
Yes.
That's the why I'm against casual sex, because you be thinking, not like in a bad way, like I'm against like, ew, you whore. No, I'm just saying like, I would never, because I've had 2 friends who were in the dating scene and they had the casual sex, but they were always with the same people. So it wasn't like they were sleeping with 50 dudes, you know, but there was just constant lying about, you know.
Especially in college.
Yeah, especially in college.
College
and now,
is crazy.
they have STDs for the rest of their life because they were casually having sex with the same, pool, but like they were obviously having sex with other people. And then since you're so comfortable with someone you're constantly, casually having sex with for a couple months, you stopped using protection because you just assumed or, whatever. And that happened. So it was kind of like, and everyone thinks it can't happen to me. Can't happen to me. Everyone always thinks that. And people who get it, I thought it could never happen to me. And it's like, now for the rest of your life, you have to take medication. And if you don't tell someone, you could go to jail for it because you decided to, constantly have... Honestly, with your people, know who you're having sex with. If you know he's a bad not don't listen or don't believe that he's, not
but
having
that even
casual
goes
sex.
for relationships, because I know people that are in relationships and their significant other was lying to them the whole time too. And now...
It's just liars.
Yeah. So it's really hard in general. But... Yeah, no.
It only takes one person to have an STD.
Yes, thank you.
That's what I was gonna say. That whole sign that you see in school, it's like the chart that says you're having sex with everyone. They're having sex with that huge little chart. If I can find, I'm gonna put it.
Ew.
And it's like he's having sex here, but then there. So you technically, even though you had sex once, you had sex with 30 people.
Yeah.
Another reason why, guys, I said I'm not the best advocate for have casual sex because of pregnancy.
Yeah, that's another thing
That
too.
is, to me, if you cannot call the person in the morning and say, split the abortion bill with me, I don't think you should be having sex with them, because if they're not going to help you pay for half of it, and nowadays help you pay for transportation to get the hell out of Texas to pay for it, because
or just anything, not just abortion.
or just
That's
anything
why
in general.
I kind of hate the dating scene right now, because it's so, everybody's so into the hookup culture.
Exactly.
I'm not into, like, you're still gonna have to wine and dine me, like, like,
Yeah.
I'm bullshit. But
Yeah.
like, I know my worth. Like, I know
Exactly.
what I bring to the table. I know that I'm a good person. Like, I know that I could make you a good person. Can you do the same for me? That's why I'm not about to just...
That's what I was saying. It's a huge thing.
I'm not about to just let you have the whole package in one day.
Yeah, that's exactly why I feel like casual dating is like kind of like because you want to make sure whoever you're casually dating is still a good enough person to help you if you need it, not just But that's if you guys are on the same page. If you guys are just hookup buddies, don't expect a hookup buddy to do
exactly. And
nice
then
things for you.
Girls are most women. They don't have that to be able to just hook up with somebody and not get feelings for them. I've seen it so many times. Guys can do it. Some girls, that's why I said some, but most girls, they don't have that capacity to just keep on hooking up and then not catch feelings, and that becomes a whole mess in itself.
I totally agree, but I think a great way to do that is don't have them on social media, because if there's someone you just text and talk to, you can't get a connection with them if you don't see what they're doing all the time. So if, like, you see them with other girls, you see him going out, and you know you're not boyfriend girlfriend, and you're like, dang, I wonder if he's gonna hook up with somebody tonight because blah blah. If you don't have him on social media, you don't know what the hell he's doing. You could be at the library for all you know, and you're like in your head, yeah, he's at the library, he's not going out, he's not hooking up with girls, you know what I mean? Because you're like stalking their stuff, like to see what they're doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think like I said, just know what you're like. You can only speak for yourself. So like if I know I'm casually dating, not to be in a relationship, just to date, then you kind of guard yourself, you know what I mean? But if you're going with the intent, like, I'm gonna make this guy my boyfriend,
Or whatever happens.
yeah, it never ends well, because you're like one, communication, because like what if that guy's not into it, or like, wanting a relationship? Communication is key. Another one.
Yeah.
Drops mic.
And that's the episode. That's kidding.
No, but that's huge. Like, know what you're doing without the other person. Be like,
That definitely has to be established.
DTR, define the relationship, and be like, are we casually dating? So I know.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to maybe casually date, but like you're in my top 3 kind of people? Not like say that, but say that. You know what I mean? To be like, where you might be my girlfriend in a couple months if we continue, or is it just like, let's just see where it goes? Just kind of know what you're doing.
So I want to ask a question. So like, say you're like been on one date or whatever, like your sort of date, and he's like, hey, do you want to be my wedding guest? Would you go?
Yes.
I feel like that's one of my
Free drinks, free food, free dress. Let's go.
Yeah, I feel like
I was like, bitch, he's buying you a dress?
No, I meant like a cute. Now I gotta go get a cute dress, and I'm getting free
if you
drinks,
offered
free
to buy me a
food.
dress, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, because I know some girls are like, oh, that's like intimate, like that's your plus one, like everyone's gonna ask you.
I don't see it like that.
Just say it's my friend. Simple.
I feel like those are kind of one of my favorite things to do, though. Like,
yeah, be a good
if you
plus
invite me
one.
to somewhere cute, we're at the dress up and stuff.
An arm candy,
yeah,
or like to a work event, like say that's a lot of people do get on Tinder and stuff for the week and month, so they can meet somebody and then be like, hey, I have a wedding next week and do you want to be my date? So they don't go alone. But as long as like, yeah, I'm gonna be a plus one, and then whatever happens, and it gives you a chance to kind of see them around, their friends, their family, how they act with other people.
Yeah, see if they make you cringe, give you the ick,
if they can dance.
It's funny because like I guess maybe me. I wouldn't care if I go solo. You know, it's like I need a date. I'm like, I'm gonna go by myself. I can have fun by myself. If it's my friend's wedding, like, you know. But I can sit in a corner. I can do the small talk.
Family events are a little, are kind of scary though too. Family, like if it's your family, like for me, if I've only been on like one date with you, we barely like start talking and stuff, and you invite me around your family, I'm like,
oh, that I see it. Like to like a backyard party or something.
Yeah, because then everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, is this your girlfriend? Is your girlfriend?" And then I have to awkwardly say, "No, every single time."
No,
you know,
we met yesterday.
Yeah, like
oh, no, this is my friend George. This is my friend. Blah blah blah.
If you've been talking for longer, then it's like, okay, I'll be around your family.
Yeah, I guess because you're like introducing them but not introducing them, so it's kind of like I mean, I think that would just be like nice, kind of like, oh, like you liked me enough one day that you want to bring me around your family. But also I kind of want to go because if I don't like your family from the jump,
that's
I'm
also
already bye. I don't even want to waste time with you no matter how fun we had.
I think it's just because that's how I am with my family. I'm not about to just bring anybody around my family. Like everybody knows that
that's not something a lot of people do. But like a wedding is huge. It's different. Like there's millions of people there where it's like, oh, our backyard barbecue is only like 7 people there. It's like, you know,
if it's an exclusive like family thing, like it takes me a while to bring somebody around my family. Y'all know how my parents are. So
I would be like, why are you bringing me so early? Something wrong or what's going on? Do they think you're gay or something? Or what's going on? Why I need to go that fast?
What's tea?
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah.
I think I'd be a great plus one. So, you know, I'd go to the barbecue. I mean, I don't need to, but like, I'd go to the barbecue.
I think a plus one is fun.
My other's work friend.
Yeah, bringing plus one is fun though because you don't really have to put much work or effort into it. You don't know any of these people. What?
My nails came off.
Girl,
we're mid-episode.
I hold it and it just shocked me that too.
You know what's so funny? Because remember how last time we recorded your nails popping up? So I didn't see those fingers and I was like, oh, her nails are still on. You found one. Ew, it's so little. You have little nails.
Yeah, I got petite.
I'm dead. Not the petite size, Kiara. I got the petite.
I have big old fat nails.
That's so funny.
Okay, anyways.
Back to the
dating scene.
How do y'all feel about dating apps?
I like them. Like, really? I think it's, well, I guess because I don't know if I like them because I don't really use them. I like to be on them just like,
ew.
No, yeah. I love
see who's on it.
Yeah, I love a good Bumble BFF, you know. But
different.
no, I'm just saying. But it's pretty much like I was gonna say Bumble BFF is pretty much a relationship because you're meeting a random person, trying to get a cool thing. That's a whole different situation. But no, I think apps are like because that's the new way, you know. Like I said, it breaks that fourth wall to kind of talk beforehand to see like can we get the jokes? Can we what's it called? Crack on, if you will, the banter. No. Nobody got.
Crack on the banter. Crack on. Who says crack on? From UK. Oh, the UKians.
UKians.
The UKians. I don't know. I think they're okay. I think it is not desperate, but I think it is a little. I don't know. I think it depends on how long you're on there. I think it's lazy.
I have a confession.
You've been on the app?
I've never used a dating app. That's why I asked. Like,
oh yeah, I don't know.
I've never like. I don't even know what they look like when you open them.
Yeah, I don't think it's weird, but like I think it's 50-50. Like I don't think it's weird, but I do because I'm like it's easier. Like you said, it's less creepy than stalking someone on Instagram and finding like oh you live in my city. How'd you know? How'd you find my Instagram? You know, like because sometimes they come up on For You pages. You see them, see if they're single, but like simple. But like it'd be kind of weird. Like how'd you find my Instagram? You know, but on the dating app, you both are on the same understanding. We're both trying to look for dates, so it's not weird. But you know what I mean?
See, that's the thing. Wasn't like Tinder like a hookup app at one point?
Just about to say, it depends what app you're on. Because if you're on Tinder,
that's like a hookup app. Everybody knows what it is.
Oh God, what's going on? Oh no.
Oh dear.
There it is.
There it goes. I don't know. Back. Okay. No, so Tinder is like, but if you're like on Raya, you're on Hinge.
Raya's for celebrities.
No, you can get on Raya now.
I'm dead.
Oh, regular?
Yeah, there's like a plus. There's like
see, I have never even heard of these.
Yeah, but Raya is for like more of like influencer people that are more verified, so they can get out of like.
No, yes, like celebrities can date each other.
Yeah, but like there's like Hinge. There's like a whole bunch of like ones that are nicer. So that's not Tinder. Because Tinder, if you're on there, you're literally for hookup.
Yeah, that's how you know I haven't been on.
And there's one like I think Hinge is the one that a few friends that I have seen that actually found their boyfriends because it's like a long in-depth questionnaire that people who are trying to hook up won't take the time to do.
Yeah,
it's like I'm just trying to hook up with
this person. My thing's like, well, I've never even wanted to. I prefer like if I can meet you in person, and like we start dating from there, I would prefer that, because like I said, I'm super, like when we meet on social media and I'm start talking to a guy and then I go out on a date with him, I just know what is shown to me on social media. I don't really know him. So if I like I'm out and I meet a guy and he asks me on a date and like we start talking, start texting, and then like he asked me on a date, I already know how you are in person, so that makes me more so that's personally why I've never done like the dating app scene. And also in college, like the people that I knew that were doing dating apps, it was just Tinder and it was all hookup stuff. So that's what I thought dating apps were for. And like I said, I wasn't like,
most of them
I'm not about to just meet some random person online and then what if they kill me?
That's so crazy. Seriously, yeah. But I also agree, like meeting somebody in person, like I would rather like be at the club and see somebody nice and like we kind of have like a small conversation and then text each other and he gets my number and then hey, like I'm from the club. I'd rather have that over dating apps any day. Most importantly, because
and I also know what you look like in person.
You took the words out of my mouth, because online there's filters. There's so many filters to make it look like you don't got filters, and it's just so much stuff that like you could look like two different people. And then so I already saw how you look in person. I already saw with no filter, whatever your hat and no hat.
You smelled good.
Yeah, I already know how you put yourself together.
Got nice shoes.
Exactly, because online you'd be a whole other person. Yeah. Because I honestly, when I was in the dating scene, and I would say, "Can I see without your hat?"
Oh yeah.
I would tell people ASAP. Hey,
hat fishing is a thing. Red flag. 100%. Girls, if y'all looking on his Instagram and he just has a hat or a do-rag in every single picture.
My friend Chanel had the biggest crush on this guy who worked at the library. And he was so cute and all this stuff, but he always wore a hat. And we never saw him, even at parties, ever, never not wore a hat. And I told her, I said, you need to see him without the hat, because that's thing. Like makeup for guys. Beards are like makeup for guys. So you have to see how they look.
Weaves.
Facts. And what happened when he took it off? Two different people. Was not it. And it was just the funniest thing, because we all told her, no, a hat can't be that bad, girl.
Yeah, I do think, if you want to be quicker process, try the dating apps. Meet up, and like I said, because sometimes it's hard. You can meet someone organically, but on the apps, like they're looking for something,
and they might not be confident in person. So like,
I do agree with the looking in person. Just don't be mean. Go on the date, enjoy the date, and then don't talk to him again.
Oh my gosh, have you seen those videos where people like I was on a date, he looked completely different, like turned around and like didn't go on, like left them standing.
That's so mean. I would never stood you up, because one, I don't want to be stood up. Two,
free meal.
Hopefully, always be ready to pay, ladies, because some guys don't be paying. But I feel like just try it out. And it's funny because Derek, when he was on Tinder, like happened to him. Literally, like the girl was night and day. But no, not Derek, the other girl. And so he was just like, well, he's a nice guy, because I just said I wouldn't have left. Like if you're going to the dorm, and
yeah, and I also think that like if you really do like somebody, well, you go to the dorm and then you stop talking. You literally stop talking. I know. Anyways, so like when you see like, because some people like looks aren't everything, blah blah blah, whatever. I think that's a lie. They get it
started though.
But that's what I said too. I said looks get your attention, but personality keeps your attention. Yeah. But so say if they thank you, they could put on a shirt. But like sometimes people are like, okay, like she was a 10 online, and in person she's like a 7, or he, whatever. So but you really have that connection, that little 3-point difference might fade away a little bit. So don't just turn around because she doesn't look like the same with lashes and without lashes, because we all look different with and without lashes. At least give them a chance, because the looks are gonna come and go either way. The personality is what's gonna stay forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just wanted to know y'all's opinion on that. Also, I never really felt like I had to have dating apps, because Instagram is my dating app. Like Twitter, like it's like the same thing. Guys don't care. They literally will DM you on anything. Like
that's also I said, if you're trying to find a quicker process, it would just be dating apps,
and also because their intentions. Yeah.
But do try Hinge is one, and then there is Bumble, which is only for girls. Like only. Well, I mean, I guess a guy can log in, but it's for girls to look for guys. Is what it is. Like guys can't look for girls on there. Just a cute bump. So that's what Bumble.
So guys just kind of wait to see. Hopefully somebody likes them.
Literally,
I have seen a lot of people like they end up marrying like the people they meet on there and stuff.
eHarmony, y'all.
I'm dead. Christian mingle. Black people meet.
Farmer.
There's like the Cheesemate app for just like Hispanics to meet.
Or farmers
meet. It's like called Cheesemate?
Yeah, Cheesemate. It's like influencers hilarious. Always promote it.
I've never heard of that one. But.
Yeah, but I think
but Cheesemate's like gossip.
Yeah, or chispa or something weird like that. But I think okay, what about this then? What about paying for dating apps? That's desperate. I think that's desperate because just get a free one. You're paying for what? Like the extra little send them diamonds. Like that's weird. I don't know. I think that's just weird. Get the free one.
That's kind of like that's giving like sugar daddy vibes.
Yeah, but there's some apps out there you have to pay for that is exclusively for people who are successful in life. So like I know you have to get like approved. Like you have to attach your LinkedIn to it. So you have to get approved by the app to say, are you even successful enough to be on this app?
Oh,
and then
so
when
it's
you
like
do,
you got to be making like 6 figures.
You have to be, or just have a solid, good career. It's not like
what's the name of this
for research purposes. So you have to get approved by the app, A, and then B, like there's another one where it's like $100 a month or something like that, and then you meet like other like really rich men and women, like rich people get on there, because obviously if you're spending like $200-300 on a dating app, you got money to blow, you know what I mean? So that's why that's only for rich people to like, you have to make like at least 7 figures a year or something like that to even be on it. Or like I think it was like a different, obviously like there's like girls who go on just to date rich guys and guys to see young girls, so I think you have to like just pick your whatever. But like I don't know, I think that's a little, I get the rich people one because it's like you want to maybe like find someone who's not just looking to be like a sugar baby, like another rich woman,
like
you
on
know?
the same
I get
level.
it, but it's like I think it's kind of desperate. I don't know. If you're rich and you can't find somebody, something must be wrong. Being rich is already checked off 10 boxes.
Right.
I thought of another dating app. Plenty of Fish. That's another one.
Thank you, sis.
I was thinking about when you were saying.
I've heard of that.
cute-
One of
yeah,
my
Plenty of Fish.
girlfriends has
I've
been
never
on
heard of
that
that one. That was
Yeah,
cute.
that's what Derek I think uses Plenty of Fish, because it's like Tinder and then there's like Plenty of Fish. There's like quite a few of them actually. But you
heard
know,
of
I
that
think in college it's a great thing. Like, you know, doing it. If you're
You
trying
could
to.
end up meeting like, oh, actually, I think we just might be work good as friends. Like, we like being around each other, but you're not like sexually attracted. You can be like a good guy best friend.
Yeah, I'm just lucky I'm in a relationship, because this dating's girl, that's scary out there.
Yeah.
People come obsessed with you.
Now you got to worry about guys like might shoot you because you deny them.
My friend.
So it's really bad.
But I remember you told me the story. I was like, who got shot?
No, it's really bad.
Very scary.
Men, just get over yourselves.
Right.
You know, guys are so annoying, and they always like to call women out, because you know we got our flaws too. But men, like, take no is no.
Yeah, no is no. There's not like a no, let me try to change it to yes. It's like a no, thank you. Okay, bye. Have a good night.
They
There's
don't
not like, are
understand
you
that.
sure? You don't know. It's no.
What you mean? I can no.
I would have said yes the first time,
Right.
correct? What you say doesn't change my mind.
Also, like the worst part of that, they don't understand that it makes them look even more like bad. Because
Yeah.
now I'm like, okay, if you're like this and like not even like, imagine like them trying to like force themselves on you or something,
Yeah.
like sexually, like they don't see that like as a red, like that's a major red flag. Like if
Yeah,
I
like,
just
literally-
don't want to date you, bro.
Any guys that are listening, maybe you're listening with your girlfriends or something, like, or you have friends or something. Like, if you say no, and you're like, okay, cool, walk away. Most of the time, girls are like, oh wow, like that's a nice.
It doesn't mean we're gonna go pursue
Yeah.
you, but like my brother said last time we were talking,
It's like a relief.
It could
It's
give you a
sad.
relief, yeah, or it can give you kind of like, oh, he was kind of cool. If I see him later down the line, I'll remember he wasn't a freaking creep trying to like. Because what if you had a relationship with you were in a relationship at the time, so he
Yeah.
said no, he was nice, and like, okay, well, bye, have a good night, and then you see him 10 months later, and you're like, that's the same guy who was nice. Now I'm single, maybe I could talk to him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just be guys, be respectful, because
Yeah.
no matter how cute, rich you are, if you be rude, a bad bitch is not going to say yes to you. It's going to be some solid 2.
We don't judge though.
Kidding.
Like
no
a
one,
solid two.
no one who did it go up? Oh, so no one who like respects themselves and loves themselves is gonna go for you if you're gonna be rude. But some guys don't want a respectful girl. Some guys don't want a strong woman. They want the girl who's gonna be like, oh my god, he's so pretty. Like he can control me, blah blah. You know what I mean? Some guys want that, but not over here.
I was gonna say, not me though.
Not me. You do you.
Couldn't be me though.
Not be you. Not me.
Yeah, it definitely
you.
has to be
Thank you.
a partnership. You know.
Yeah. If you take anything from this episode, communication is key. Know your worth. And
The dating app is ghetto out here.
the dating app is ghetto.
I mean, the dating world, not the app. Sorry.
The dating world is ghetto.
It's ghetto. Don't recommend. Oh, white refrigerator.
I was going to say, not the white refrigerator. It's ghetto out here.
Yeah, I just want to know what's the worst and the best pickup line that's ever happened to you.
I was literally just gonna say, I was like, where that from? Let's bring that one up. Oh my gosh.
Personally, I think no pickup line is a good pickup line. I think just being,
I love a good punny. Sorry, I love a good punny one. Like, because I love puns.
If you haven't heard it before, like if you use
no, it's not like did you just drop from heaven, mom? Not like that. Like it has to be clever. Not like you're the only 10 I see. What is it?
Are you from Tennessee?
It's really the only 10 I see. Like I wouldn't even respond. I think I would just turn around. Like that's not funny. Like if you
Be like, talking to me.
Excuse me. No, hablas inglés.
I'm Mrs. Iglesias.
Bonjour, Mrs. Iglesias. No, I think if you're funny without a pickup line, like that's golden. I feel humor is like gonna get any girl to be like, oh wow, they're nice and being humor and confident. But if you use a pickup line, it better be unique.
Yeah.
Don't go on Google. You better make one up yourself because I'm sure every girl's heard the basic one.
I even say like that's why I honestly prefer to meet in person first, like to meet somebody organically, then start dating them from Instagram or whatever. Because I've had better experiences with that. Like social media, they'll DM you and be like, put a basketball emoji, and then I like put a question mark like, "Ooh, my ball fell into your DM."
Oh my god!
Hey, shooting my shot or something like that.
Retired. Those days are over, honey. Come on. Can't you see all my basketball pictures are from like 3 years ago?
I know, I'm not trying to be like, oh, what position did you play?
Yeah, like that. Always the basketball ones was they're dead.
It's not even funny. Yeah.
I do want to say though. Can I say it? Okay. I do want to say though, if girls, because I know it's hard for guys to approach. You can be approachable without being be rude and be stern because they follow your gut. But if guys trying to talk to you, give it a shot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Not like, oh, sorry.
No, continue.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying to be easy or to like.
No, I'm definitely not rude.
You know what I mean? Like, what I'm trying to say, like.
I only get rude if they're like, pressing up. Like, if I said no, that's when I start getting like, okay, we're about to fight.
I feel as an advice to give to a guy or a girl. I genuinely feel like you kind of have not like that sounds creepy. Not like stare at them for a while, but kind of get their vibe. Because if you're gonna go to a group of girls who all have resting bitch face, they haven't smiled since they walked through the room, they haven't danced, they're just sitting in the corner. Don't go to them. They're either trying to look cool, so who wants to be with someone who's trying to look too cool to have fun, or they're probably all have boyfriends, or they're just not in the mood. Sometimes just not be in the mood to be talked to. So go for people you see that are like having fun, taking shots, or dancing to where they're more open to a conversation.
Yeah, believe it or not, we don't go out all the time to seek male attention.
Yeah,
I promise.
Yeah.
Sometimes, most of the time, actually, now especially, I go out because I just want to have fun with my friends. Yeah.
But back to that, do y'all remember the best pickup line?
Oh yeah, we didn't even answer the question.
Like I guess it's not to be a pickup line. I guess what's the approach?
Yeah. It's definitely been more in person than online for sure.
That's what I'm trying to online.
But even sometimes in person, it's so bad. Hey, ma. That melted me. You got me. Hey, ma. Like, whoa, you really did something, buddy.
Let me buy you a drink.
Well, I don't mind the free drink.
I was gonna say, well, that one might work. Oh no. But okay, see that one. Okay, if you're trying to like actually like
talk to them,
or like maybe quote unquote hook up, maybe get their phone number. What's going on with the mic?
Oh my god, down to 1.
No, it's still on. I think it's just that would be the first. Hey, let me buy your drink. Don't say, hey, let me buy your drink.
Yeah.
Say, what are you drinking? What do you want to drink? Something simple, and then because no girl's gonna say no. If you want to be independent, no one's gonna say no to a free drink. Yeah. Especially, but be prepared to buy one for her friend. A lot of girls will be like, okay, well, me, and my friend, it's her birthday. If you want to be cheap, if you say, oh no, only you, I'm not even responding. You're cheap. You're cheap. Period. I don't want to even deal with you. Okay. But don't expect to buy for 20 girls. But oh, where are your friends at? Usually buy shots for all your friends. Simple, whatever. But that one might work. But not, hey, let me buy you a drink.
Yeah, hey ma. Ew. You look real good tonight.
But no, that's what I meant. Like, you know how those guys, there's always a guy in a hat that comes up to you with already a drink in his hands, like, hey, let me buy you a drink. You know the guy exactly what I'm talking about. It's always those guys. I'm like, no, why can't he buy me a drink?
Why can't your friend buy me a drink?
How about your friend over there? Yeah, no, but honestly, as long as you're confident but not cocky, if there's like been times where it's like this guy would buy me and my friend a drink or something and just be silent.
Yeah, that's
and
so
you're kind of like. Because, you don't want to be like, to or thanks, turn around. Because, that's how it could be whatever. But, like, if you're kind of like, oh, thank you, what's your name? John. Okay, how old are you? I'm 24.
All right.
What do you do?
Thanks for the drink.
I work in business. okay, you have a good night. Like, don't do that. If you're if you're coming to buy a drink, be confident of a conversation, because that's just gonna be awkward, and you're gonna look weirdo, and we're gonna think you're trying to kill us. You have no social skills for a reason. Like, cycles are like that. But like, I feel like if you're just confident and you're genuine, you don't need to have a pickup line. But just be like, oh hey, who are you here with tonight? With your friends? Oh, Tyler, come here. Let's have it. Be just normal, but don't touch me.
Yeah.
Don't grab my elbow. Don't do a little one.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me cringe. Just doing that to you made me cringe. When they grab your elbow. Hey,
when you
your attention.
did that just gave me PTSD.
Yeah, I hate when people tap my shoulder. Karen does it. Janelle.
Or the lower back. The lower back right here.
Don't touch nobody. Don't touch nobody you don't know, because that will be the first to get the fuck off me. No, I don't want your drink. Get away from me. It gives you creepy
because
vibes.
Why do you think you can touch me, bro? Like, do I have a sign that just says, come touch me? Like, no. Like,
ew. Yeah.
The elbow.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, but I think it's just about, like what Janelle said. It doesn't have to be a pickup line, really. It's just how you, like, show yourself, basically.
Yeah, I like corny stuff, though.
If you make me laugh, that will
it has to be
get
clever.
my attention.
It has to be
I will
clever.
say that.
And then you say a
should
pickup
do
line,
this.
like a little after
Be like,
the first initial, hey, whatever, I'm blah, 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 and then be like, something funny. That's golden.
I love a good laugh.
Yeah.
Don't
Because I'm goofy as fuck myself. Like, y'all know that. That's all I do is laugh. So if you can make me laugh, that's a good start.
I love the ones that are like not creeping, but they're like overhearing and then they make a joke with you.
That's annoying to me.
Really?
That's so
that.
annoying. Like, actually, that happened to me last night. I was standing at the bar with my friend. We're ordering a drink, and this guy was like, we were talking about something, and he was like, "Oh yeah, y'all went." I'm like, hey, monkeypox, there's COVID, and you talking over my shoulder?
6 feet, sir. No, okay. You know what? I think that's situational. And to be honest, sorry, turn the mic off. You don't want to be shallow, but to do that, you have to be very good looking. To the point where you're like,
that's true.
To the point where you do a double take. Because if you think some creep is, and you're like, yeah, I like my shoes, thanks. But if it's somebody who's, good looking, I guess to yourself, beauty is the eye of the beholder, to you, to where you
do a double take.
Yeah, double take to see who's talking to you, and if it's somebody who is kind of like,
I just feel like
you're like, that's funny.
It annoys me because I feel like if you're that interested in me, right? You see me or whatever. Now you don't have to be interested, but if I was attracted to you, why wouldn't you just come start your own conversation instead of being like,
maybe that's the way in.
Yeah, maybe they don't want to come too pushy, but like,
you're not confident.
Oh, true.
Well, she said, I'll be like,
that's true.
Yeah. I mean,
or maybe they just really wanted to join the conversation.
Or maybe that means you're in the friend zone, like friend zone. Like maybe they're trying to just be friends. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes guys just want to hang around pretty girls and just have a good time. Not always trying to look for a girlfriend. Not always trying to look, to hook up. Just want to be around girls and like, have fun. Especially on vacation. You're probably never gonna see them ever again. You don't want to hook up with them, but hey, you could be like a vacation, like group of friends. You guys are young girls, young guys. It's like somebody's bound to hook up. That's just normal vacation. But
I'm
like
down for a good friendship.
Yeah. So if he's
I feel like the best times I've had has been with a group of girls and guys together.
Yeah. So if they just want to join the conversation, but not try to hit on you, like that's fine. But again, you got to be confident.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah. I have those shoes too. Ew, bye. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, what else are we gonna talk about?
Good to know.
All right. Let's go ahead and wrap it up because I don't know how it's gonna upload. It's at 49 minutes. So the reason it stopped is because my storage was full. Yeah, so it's gonna take a minute to upload. Let's hope it does. Anyway, thank you, Buzz. This was fun. I love cracking on with you.
Cracking on some banta.
Cracking on. Are you joking?
Are you joking?
For real.
Are you for real? No, but for real. It was actually really fun, and I love talking. This is fun stuff, This is stuff I like to hear. So ladies and gents, or whatever you want to identify as, make sure be confident, know your worth,
communicate,
and be safe. Be safe out there.
Use protection. You will have sex. You will die. Get pregnant and die.
You have sex ending up. No sex with the whole thing.
Don't have sex.
Oh god.
Next time we'll have our bites together because I don't know how. Get over it.
Let us know how this kind of went. I don't know how it's gonna sound, but hopefully it's good.
Yeah. So Buzz, plug yourself. Let us know. What you got anything going
Plug
on?
times two. Plug times two.
Plug time two.
Nothing in the works. I I currently don't have anything in the works. Just follow me on Instagram at Champagne Buzz. Oh, and Twitter, Champagne Cuz. Had to be different with that one. I don't want nobody to follow my TikTok.
You know, any respectful men out there, hit her up. I mean, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely.
Is that okay?
Respectful.
She's single.
Hey, emphasis on the respectful.
No ball dropping emojis. That's just
Please.
All that's her court.
I am retired.
off the court.
Yes, I am retired. Please stop.
Yeah, but no. Anyway, thank you for coming on. This was fun. Definitely gonna have you on again.
Definitely do it again.
Viewers, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. Follow us on TikTok as well. Leave a review. We love getting those.
Leave a review only if it's 5 stars. If it's under that, we know you're lying. So there's just no. We talked about liars today, so don't lie and try to leave a 4-star review when we're 5-star review worthy. But is there anything else you want to add, sis?
No, I don't think so. I think we're good. Just be on the lookout for our episodes coming up, and be nice.
I feel like I'm on the news. And how'd you see it out the window, Bam?
I don't know.
How'd you survive the fire?
It was all a blur. It happened so fast.
That's how they really be running after people, like with the mic
While they're running for their lives, literally.
The cameraman is like, okay, that was off topic. Sorry, guys, but again, the dating world. Just again, be confident, be safe, be smart, and most importantly, always remember to do you, sis.